This week we've been working on head movement in combinations. In combinations, head movement. And Seth, this is Seth. Yeah. He was talking about why that he comes to the paint factory and what his individual goals are. And he has a very honorable goal. He wants to be able to defend himself in a reasonable fashion against most common threats. And common threats are things that, you know, we don't really fully anticipate, but sometimes happen to arise. That can be somebody being mean to us, trying to hurt us, trying to threaten us. Situations come up all the time that just we don't really think that we're ever going to put ourselves in. And getting some training and understanding what to do in situations is a very intelligent thing to do, not only for yourself, but for your family and for everyone else. So, I was going over what combinations was and why that you do certain head movements and why certain head movements and combinations, you know, are married. They're married together. And we were going over some head movement drills. This is a head movement drill that is great. Okay, we done this earlier in here. Mike introduced it in one of the classes that we had. So, Seth, can I get you over there on the wall? So Seth's on the wall. This is a wall drill. Okay? So that Seth doesn't run away in fear and panic from my biceps. What his goal is to not parry, but simply use his head movement to avoid combinations. One of Seth's concerns were he's trained to the point that he don't feel threatened, you know what I mean, by the common, you know what I mean, somebody with no training. But there are people out there that have some degree of training. MMA is a popular sport, which boxing is a popular sport. And you do encounter people that have trained at some degree or some level. So, first drill, I'm going to punch toward his ear. Boing. And he's in the matrix, okay? The matrix is where stuff happens slow. As I pull my hand back, I'm going to punch to the other side. So he's going to move his head as little as possible without being hit. Now, once he gets familiar with the movement, I'm going to start throwing different punches. Okay? So the next introduction of this is maybe doubles. So, bam, bam, and then randomly throw in another one. And then maybe throw a 1-2. Then throw something. Don't tell Seth. Don't let Seth know. Seth ain't going to know. I ain't going to tell Seth. Now I'm going to start throwing in some hooks. Okay? So we are at 1, 2. Oh, that was a big head movement. Let's go slow. 1, 2, and roll. All right. Now he's rolling the hook. Now we're going to throw in some randomness and throw in the hooks as well. Sometimes we're going to do a jab, bam, and a hook this. Oh, you would have got nailed, dude. He so would have got nailed. So, bam, bam. Okay? So, we got some randomness going on. No pressure here, dude. Camera's not on. Yes, it is. Ready? Bam. Tighten it back up and go right to the ears now. Okay. This drill is to get him used to reacting with things coming at his face and to make the proper movements. Now, we're talking about combinations, so let's look at what combinations are, why people throw them, and how you use them. So, logical head movement. He slips. I try to catch him as he comes across with the hook. Okay? His head was to the position of this way. For him to recenter his head has to come this way. That's why the hook is thrown in this combination. So, bam, bam. Now I'm trying to catch him as he recenters. He slips. Now the next logical there's a couple of different variations. So let's go with the right straight for the 2 after this 1-2 hook. 1, 2, hook. Now see where his head's at? He can't slip this punch anymore very well because he's going to come across it. So he has to dunk again. So this combination will be bam, bam, bam. Now I would catch him if he tried to slip that. Okay? He has to do what's called a U-slip. His head has to drop as he slips. And it looks like a U. That's what they call a U-slip. So we're at 1, 2, boing, boing. Okay? Now, let's go with another logical combination with this. Right now, we have our 1, 2, hook, right straight. All right? Now, let's go into what a difference is in how you hit people. Because this is what really breaks down to striking. It isn't learning the combination. It's learning how to use the combination well and how to actually hit someone, because if your goal is to actually hit the person. So, if I punch 1, 2, hook, see how my shoulder turned on my hook? Whenever I go to throw my back right, my shoulder has to rotate all the way around before I can throw my hand. Okay? So, instead of throwing a hook, I'm just going to throw a really slappy little hook. My shoulder is not going to rotate. With my shoulder rotated fully, my back right takes longer to rotate my shoulders to come back around. So the hook in this situation is not actually to hit him. May it hit him? Well, of course it may hit him. But is its purpose to hit him? Not so much as to move his head. So we're at here, little slappy hook, and then bam. The slappy hook gets him to drop his head, and then at almost a half beat of time, you throw your main punch to hit the person. So that is one of the times that your combination, that's how you hit people, okay? And this can be true with any of these punches. So this punch, instead of slipping here, it can be a pop and then try to slip. Try to catch him as he moves. You want to, all of your punch combinations should follow logical patterns of movement, logical, strong punching patterns of movement. That means rotations of the hips, rotations of the body, good, strong movements. All of your head movement drills should also follow logical movements of head movement. So you have two competing forces. You have your movement of your head and your body, and then on the opposite end of the spectrum, you have your combinations, which are designed to attack that logical form of movement with your head. So we'll look at one other situation or scenario. We are going 1, 2, hook, and then we're trying to catch him with the uppercut, okay? So this hook, again, can be fully committed and then try to catch him as he comes under. A fully committed hook is an interesting punch because you can fully commit here and then still get a little, it's like a little Cuban uppercut. So as this pops here, you just kind of slap this punch up underneath your hook. It's not an extremely strong hook, but it is one that you can hit sometimes with a fully committed shoulder. Ow, shut up, Seth. Give me 5, bro. Ow! You done broke my hand. Thanks, guys, for watching. I hope this helps.